Oh, this poor guy. Oh, man. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. So he gets tickets because his wife is like really into this Taylor Swift craze thing that's going on. Everybody's got to see the concert, it seems like, on planet Earth. And if you don't go, you're an outcast.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm over-exaggerating, but still.
Not much.
You know?
Not much.
And so he gets tickets. He's super excited. It's Saturday, and he's like, we're going to the stadium, and we're getting ready to see. I mean, I could just imagine she dressed the best that she could because she's a Swiftie.
Well,
right?
yeah, and it's a whole theme thing if you're going to one of these shows.
They get to the stadium, they get like prime parking. I mean, there's just like, how do you get this close?
Right.
Where is everybody? Because it's like it's empty and we're the only people here. How do people arrive, on time to go see a concert? It was the night before.
It was the night before they missed it. All the money, I can't imagine how much he spent on these tickets.
I feel like I saw $2,600.
Well, so he tried to make it up to his wife.
Okay.
'cause she's distraught. So he goes and he finds concert tickets for another show.
Yeah.
He can't go, but she gets to take like her bestie or whatever.
Oh, for real?
So he did make it up to her.
Okay.
And so, but he bought the first pair of tickets, thousands.
Yeah.
Bought the second pair of tickets, thousands, the parking, the outfits, the dinner, the gas,
Mm-hmm.
But he made it right.
Good for him for making it right. I feel so bad. I mean, there are occasions. I've been early to stuff, like a week early.
A week?
A day early.
Oh, my.
I've never arrived late. I'm always like, I don't know why I'm early. I think Scott's done this.
Well, we threw a birthday party, had one planned for my daughter, her 10th or 11th. This was a number of years ago, and invitations were sent out. So we're sitting around one Saturday night watching TV. It's kind of late, and the doorbell rings, and it was one of my daughter's friends and her mom, and they said, hey, we're here for the party. But it wasn't until the next week.
No.
They were a whole week early.
They were a week early, and then instead of saying, oh, my goodness, I'm sorry, well, we'll see you next week, they just kind of stood there like, let us in. Do you have any cake?
There's no cake.
They wanted to party then, not next week.
I'm curious what happened.
Sorry.
I mean, did they come in? They spent a few hours?
No, but it was awkward. No, they left, but it was really awkward. They were like, hey, we're here. We drove a long way. What's in it for us? Can we, and the little girl standing there with the gift like,
poor baby.
I know.
Big question.
So they did come back the next week.
That's what I was going to ask. Did they come to the actual real party on the real day?
They did.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. But I don't think they were really happy about getting there early and having, nothing and having to go back home.
Of
right, but that
course
wasn't
not.
on you.
I mean, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I almost went to the doctor's 2 days ago until I looked at my schedule. I had a doctor's appointment for my knee yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I almost went the day before.
We were having a Sunday school party, and I had to cancel at the last second. I don't remember the circumstances. And I sent out, information to everybody, hey, we're not having this party. And we had one couple that showed up, and I felt terrible.
And?
Oh, well, I was just like, and they brought something, too, to
good.
serve.
Did you? I hope you took it.
Oh, no. I was like, I was in my jammies and my lazy boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. I sent the information. I felt so bad. I think they ended up getting a date night out of it. So at least there was a bright side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Okay, it may have happened to you or maybe not. You could be a very prompt individual, maybe a little late or a little early, but not days early or weeks late to something like others at 800-447-7234.
Jen texted and said, okay, so a couple years ago we were having a moving sale. So she contacted the newspaper and they wanted to run an ad for it, but the newspaper accidentally printed the wrong date. So it was the date they printed, the day of the sale. All these people show up at her house super early, and she was like, no, it's actually next week, but she actually let them go ahead and start looking around.
Really?
I guess she said it actually ended up pretty good because we sold just about everything in the house that
Well,
we needed
good.
to. So it worked out well, but a week early.
Virginia did. Okay. So a couple of open mics came in through the My HISRadio app.
I was late for my wedding.
Okay.
I was early for my divorce.
Oh.
But I'm going to be on time when the Lord comes.
Ah.
I tell you, I'm ready.
I'm sure you're ready.
Oh,
Here's
my goodness.
another open mic from the My HISRadio app.
I'm always late. So I have two sons. I tell them that when they have my funeral, that make sure it's on time. So I won't be the late Barbara.
Oh, Barbara.
She's so cute.
Right.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
It's uplifting and encouraging. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning. His
So
radio.
here's a family's garage that's open. It's at night, the lights are on, and when you see inside their garage, they have several things inside the garage. A lot of bikes that are off in one corner. They have an electric bike as well. And so this guy looks in the garage and goes up into the garage to take the electric bike.
He doesn't live there.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The door that goes into the house, from the garage into the house, was cracked open, and out comes walking this dog, all captured on the camera that they have inside their garage.
Because you're the coolest dog I've ever known. I love you too. You're a sweetheart. I want you to come home with me. I love you too. I love you too, buddy guy. How do you know this stuff? Dude. You might be the coolest dog ever.
So he's petting the dog. The dog comes out and greets him and wags his tail, lays down on the ground, gets a little belly rub, all from the guy who is stealing the electric bike out of the garage.
It almost seems like he knows the dog.
It's like, oh, this is somebody in their family. You have no
Yes.
idea that this is somebody who is taking the bike. The dog gets up, licks him on the chin, in the ear. He is laughing and having a conversation with the dog. And it's like, and he's even calling for the dog's owner. He's saying, "Where's your dad? Dad, are you there? Where's your dad? Dad, are you there?" He's saying all these things.
And he still takes the bike?
Yeah, and then he takes the bike.
Oh,
and then
no.
he takes off on it, and the dog looks like it's starting to follow him, going out of the garage.
He must be a sweet guy, not necessarily doing the right thing.
Well, he
but a
evidently
sweet guy.
likes dogs, and
Okay.
the dog liked him.
One of my takeaways. So there is a camera. If the police have a hard time finding this guy because he is all looking in the camera almost,
Right?
you see he's very well dressed. I'm seeing the video. He's very well dressed.
Yeah, backpack on.
Right? Like he
Big
just looks
smile.
like a college kid that was like, nice bike.
Yeah.
I think I'll take it.
So the police have the footage. They put it up on their social, so hopefully the guy's going to be caught. But, Scott's a cat guy. He doesn't have to worry about his cats, whelping in the invaders to take stuff out of the garage.
Unless they're trying to steal the cat food bowl, my cats would be pretty lethargic, just looking up. Hey, how's it going? Just laying there.
My dogs, I think, would rip somebody up. I really, really do.
You think? I wonder if they thought their dog was going to do that.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
The dogs and their mannerisms, and if they like you or they don't like you, especially if there is somebody who's coming up on your lawn at home. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Yeah, so I said that our two dogs, Copper and Charlie, would probably tear somebody up, And my husband immediately texted me and has a different perspective. He said, look, Copper, who's the younger golden doodle, Copper is still afraid of a frog she saw 2 weeks ago. That is true. When we take her out to use the restroom, she will not walk down our front steps because she saw a little frog over in like the rocks. So she goes off the deck, off the porch, around a column. She will not go down the stairs anymore.
Interesting.
So she probably would just, lick somebody to death or something. Who knows?
Jonathan is here at 800-447-7234. What about it, Jonathan?
I've got a German Shepherd. He's about 105 pounds, and you're not even coming up to the front porch without him trying to come to the window.
Oh, so evidently yours is not coming through the window to say, hi, welcome home.
Oh, no. My neighbor across the street, when Samson barks or sensing something he doesn't like, my neighbor can feel the rattle in Samson's chest when he's barking.
Wow.
The best alarm system ever right there in that German Shepherd.
If you're friendly and he knows you, just other days, big old teddy bear. But if he doesn't know you, he's going to let you know you're not welcome around unless your family.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
So I saw this one person that just figured out in their adult life that whole show, SpongeBob SquarePants,
Yeah.
that the car or the houses that they live in are car mufflers.
Oh, they are.
If you see them, if you look at the show, and I don't watch the show, but I've seen it from time to time.
Oh my goodness.
They are car mufflers at the bottom of the sea
Once
that they live in. That's the whole thing.
Once I think about it and remember what they look like in my brain, exactly right.
So Liz is today years old learning this.
Squidward lived in a muffler.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
that's a muffler.
That's hilarious.
It's a car muffler. That's what those are.
Oh my goodness.
And the whole term break a leg.
Okay.
You know, when you say it to an actor, break a leg. That's because the actors will wind up in the cast.
So I do know, because I've been in theater, that if you say something like good luck, it's actually like they don't like it. Like, don't say that.
Yeah,
You
I
say
don't
break
know.
a leg.
I don't know why, but break a leg is significant because if you do break a leg, you're in a cast.
Sure.
So if you break a leg, you'll get on the cast of the show.
Right, because it's sort of like opposite day,
It's
I guess.
figurative.
In a way, yeah.
It's figurative. That's the whole
Wow.
thing. So today years old for some people learning that kind of stuff.
Wow. I'm still on SpongeBob SquarePants. Like,
For real?
my whole past 2 decades, I have to rethink. Like, what are the other things?
Scott learned something about spoons and coffee mugs.
I'm always making a mess. Pouring, if you try to pour a liquid from a mug into another mug, how it kind of hugs the lip and then runs all over the mug and the counter and whatnot. It doesn't pour straight out.
Facts.
So there is a spoon. If you take a spoon and put it up against the mug and pour the liquid over the spoon will direct the liquid into the other container, other mug or cup or whatever you're trying to pour into.
Okay, I'm trying to follow that in my head.
So pour the liquid onto the spoon that you're holding against the cup. Just tip the mug over, and the water or the liquid coffee, whatever, will pour into the other cup straight down.
Huh.
No
Okay.
mess.
Just trying to follow that path there.
I
Sounds a
usually
little
use
confusing.
spoons and ice cream.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
It looks like you're checking your breath.
I am. You breathe into your hand a little bit so it bounces back on you. Just, little check.
Well, evidently, Liz may have forgotten to brush her teeth.
No, I brushed them.
The morning breath
But,
syndrome that happens.
Coffee.
Yeah, there is that. And I drink a lot of coffee in the morning. Well, I nurse 3 glasses or 3 cups of coffee. I
I was
nurse
about
it.
to say, they ain't glasses, they mugs.
Yeah, they're mugs. But when it gets cold, I pour it out and then I start over. So
Right.
I'm nursing, quite a few. So hopefully my coffee breath is not that horrific
No.
by 10 o'clock in the morning.
I've never smelled Rob's breath.
Yeah, please don't.
No. I've
Because
never
you
smelled
will-
it bad.
I've seen people back up for me before.
Well, but that just may be like, oh, I'm close talking and I need to get
No, it's your breath stinks.
You
or
can tell.
there's not enough speed stick on you or something like that.
You can tell. People start holding their nose and like acting as though they're kind of wiping their nose.
Or they back up. And now what we're understanding now is that there are some people that say, please just let me know if there's so I can, get gum or something and take care of the rank breath.
Right? Why? You need a friend. You need several friends in your life that tell you bad breath, bat in the cave, your hair's messed up.
The booger in the nose, is that
Right?
bat in the cave?
That's bat in the cave.
So Scott is like, don't tell me if I have bad breath.
See, I'm not against having someone tell me, hey, you might need a breath mint, but it's the awkwardness of the conversation talking about bad breath.
Really?
That's what, yeah, it's just like, can we talk about something else?
So
Just
you're
back
au-
and forth about, hey, you could use a breath mint.
So you're feeling awkward right now as we're talking
Yeah.
about bad breath?
Well, I think it would be awkward to have a conversation about bad breath. That's
I
what
would
I'm
say.
saying.
But as a
But I would like the
friend-
information. I would like the information if it's needed.
Okay,
Yeah.
but as a friend, I'm gonna tell you. You got a little
Okay.
boogie. You got a little friend hanging out in your nose. You've got,
But how do you
I do.
broach the bad breath?
dude. I really would say, hey, I just want to tell you as my friend, it's a little offensive, So
You'll say it that way? It's a
probably
little
would.
offensive,
Yeah.
or
You
would
hold
it
up
be
a pack of Mentos. Here you go.
right?
You might need one of these.
Usually, when someone gives me a stick of gum, it tells me, "Oh, I am so sorry."
Now, if they're taking a piece on their own and then they hand me some, I don't take any.
And I think
Issue.
here's my thought.
Okay.
Here's my thought, because I'm around some people that do that to me a lot, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a sign that there's something wrong with what's coming out of my mouth.
I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah.
And
I do. Yeah, I do.
See, I
Yeah.
think that too. I think
Yeah.
the exact same way as Scott is.
well, if somebody comes near me and they start messing with their nose, if they're kind of like tapping it or whatever, then I immediately think, okay, I've got a bug. I've got some stuff happening in there. If they hold their nose while they're talking to me a little bit, and I don't mean like you're jumping into water, but they sort of like push their nostrils together, then I say, and I will ask, is my breath bad? But I also feel like if your breath is bad.
Uh-huh.
Like you got a little film on the tongue.
I don't know.
You don't?
Seriously, I'm oblivious.
Like it.
So before I
Tastes
go
weird?
somewhere, like tonight, I'm leading worship at church.
Okay.
And I will, before I go to church, I will brush my teeth.
Yes.
And then I'll put extra toothpaste in there and slosh it around.
Yes.
I mean, I'll do all of that. I'll
Do you-
put on the extra deodorant because I've left going, ooh. Those poor people are just around me.
I have to ask the guys. Okay, do you brush your tongue?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good. 'Cause
The
that
roof of my
helps.
mouth, everything.
Everything. Like, get
Yeah.
in there for days.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Guy driving down the highway in California. He's just trucking along. He is in that carpool lane. He's got the jams on.
Oh,
He's
the
like,
Hav lane, huh?
Right. And he is at a good clip. So he gets
Yes.
pulled over.
So he's in the Hav lane, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's him and whoever he's carpooling.
Well, that's what he would like you to think.
What do you mean?
He got pulled over. There's an officer that was like, "Something look a little hinky in this. I don't know what's going on." Pulls him over. Finds out the guy is driving down the road in the HOV lane with a mannequin.
Oh, get out.
With a mannequin. I feel like that was on a sitcom years ago when
Sounds
these carpool
like it, right?
lanes first came out.
Mannequins are pretty easy to spot.
Well, he did try to dress it up a little bit. So this mannequin has like the big mustache, the little thing. What's a little beard thingy
called
thing
a
down
goatee.
Here? Little goatee. He's got a big hat, big sunglasses. So at a distance, I could see where you'd think, okay, maybe guy's sleeping or something. I love that the mannequin that he chose, he put like sleeve tattoo shirt on him.
Really?
He's got chest tattoos. He's got sleeve tattoos. He's wearing a tank top.
That's crazy.
I mean, you can just imagine this guy's like, I'm smarter than
He has a
everybody
hat
else.
like a ball cap or something on?
No, it's like almost like not a sombrero, but it's big like that.
Oh, something to shade the
Yes.
like you're at the beach or something
Well,
like that, right?
I think it's to shade that it's a mannequin.
Well, yeah.
So he got caught. He got fined for it. It's like $490.
Really?
If you're in that lane and it's just you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you heard this, but Zoom, who revolutionized the way that people work virtually. All happened, during Zoom's been around for a while, but then when COVID happened and people had to stay home and work virtually, Zoom was like right there.
It exploded.
It was humongous. Well, now that the pandemic's behind us, people are back in the office. Zoom, who revolutionized the virtual work experience, are now asking people who who live within 50 miles of their offices, come back.
Right.
We've got a spot for you.
Not full time.
It's been there.
though.
So they're requiring 2 days a week. At least 2 days a week. That's the minimum. You can go as many times as you want during the week, but to work, and they're 50 miles away at least, then go in 2 days a week. You can stay home the rest of the time.
I don't find a problem with that. If I worked for Zoom, I'd be
Same.
like, cool, here's why. Because I think it actually boosts morale, teamwork. If you actually can look at a person, face to face, not through a screen, it builds like camaraderie.
Oh, yeah. I have to be around the environment.
Every now and then, absolutely.
Yeah, right? Have to be around people, So I think it's fun.
But
But with Zoom, it's like, wait a minute. You revolutionized working at home. Now you want people back.
Right. I guess because they have this great big swanky building, and I don't know if it was built pre-pandemic or what. Nobody's been using it, and they're like, we got to use this space.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Stop it.
No, I really.
You stop it.
It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Please.
Yeah,
I'm just.
Look, we're excited.
No, there are 3 letters that are smashed together that I'm really not a fan of.
You know, I'm not a fan either, but I'm okay with being joyful about the fact that these 3 letters are happening.
Why?
Because it brings joy to so many people. It makes me think of sweaters and leaves and boots and scarves. It's PSL.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yes. It's happening.
No.
And, okay, so heat index today is going to be over 100 in most places in the Southeast. The PSL is going on sale Wednesday at Dunkin'.
Next week?
The 16th.
Next week?
The 16th.
Why?
Because we want PSL. I don't. I like salted mocha, salted caramel mocha, but
I mean,
it's still a fall flavor, and the apple stuff.
I
will
am
be there
so
too.
hoping that Scott Watson is not a fan of PSL.
I'm not ready for PSL because I feel like it signals the end of summer, and I'm not quite ready to give up summer.
So, but the
PSL later, I'm okay with.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So you like to drink the pumpkin spice latte?
I do, yeah.
Okay,
man.
I think there's there's fans.
I'm not a fanatic. Like I'm not like circling the calendar and planning out my schedule, my day planner for it. But occasionally I'll have one.
There are people I know that do.
My daughter,
Yeah.
posted on, I don't know, one of her socials, a little meme, and it was a little girl in like a sweater and the hat and just cozying up with her little PSL, and she was in countdown mode. So this is reality. Wrap y'all's brains, because it's a reality.
I'm sorry. And I need to know if Jake and Ben are even fans of the PSL.
I know one of them is.
Who?
That would be me.
Jake. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. There is coffee.
If it's good, it's good.
Right? If it's good, it's good.
Isn't it sugary, though?
Well, you can get like a skinny PSL because you get non-fat, sugar-free, that kind of
If
stuff.
you are what you eat, that must be what Jake gets.
No, it's super good, though. Like, I mean, for the people that love it, they love it. And it signals the change of the season.
Ben didn't say anything.
I mean, I'm neither a fan nor a hater. I'm kind of in the middle, but it does make me think about fall, so I like it for that reason.
Okay.
So, Ben, I have to ask, do you do like the apple flavored, the caramel flavored?
They have different flavors of PSL?
So there's the PSL, but when the PSL goes on sale, you get the other fall flavors that go along with it.
Okay.
So there's typically an apple one.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
So, Ben, apple?
I would be a fan of that. I would try it. Yeah.
Okay.
The apple crisp PSL, apple crisp latte. Yeah. Yeah. But fall. So, okay. So Dunkin' is Wednesday.
No, enough. No.
Hold on.
No more.
Hold on.
No more.
Starbucks.
Oh, no.
We're supposed to put it on sale. I think it was August 30th,
Yeah, what are they going to do? Tuesday?
24th. So they're going a little later, but you're still getting it before actual summertime comes to a close.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I work about 55 hours a week. I pretty much only see my kids in the morning and on the weekends, and I only have a few hours with my wife every night. We miss you guys. My wife is on her way right now. We're about to go eat some tacos. She's bringing 2 of our boys, and I can't tell you how excited I am to see them.
It's so sweet and such a good reminder to hear it from, the husband or the one that's working like all the extra hours, from that point of view that I really would like to be home. I miss you. I want to see you.
Right?
It's so sweet.
I love that. And that he has some special time, at least at that moment, carved out so they can go have lunch with each other.
Yeah. I know that when my boys were little, there were times where I would go see my husband because he works a lot of hours, and we'd have lunch together. He might only get 30 minutes, but it was just that connection, that family time, even for that short amount of time to say, oh, Dad is here all day,
Yeah.
And he's out there working.
In my scenario, I am up really early in the morning. I won't even say because, it's you have a different schedule than I do. But I get up really early in the morning, and I work late into the afternoon, way into the evening sometimes. And so the other day, my wife and my son, my youngest, stopped by the office and just said hi. And I'm like, this is cool. I love this.
It is cool. It's like they thought of you to come and see you to be intentional about that relationship.